Good morning, everybody, and thank you for taking the time out to attend this training session. You know, the purposes of this training is really to, as yourselves as delegate admins, and you can think of that as super users, to enable you to log in and then create all the other users of your respected accounts, all the staff, the sales, design personnel that are going to be using Selection Navigator. All you basically need for Selection Navigator is an internet connection, and we recommend Google Chrome as the preferred browser. Those delegate admins should have received an email link from Selection Navigator. Welcome to the platform where you can click a link and log in and verify your account and basically set up a password. You have about a 24-hour period to do that. For those of you that didn't do that, please let myself or Rochelle know. We can request that regenerated and resent to you. It's very simple. You go into the browser and you can simply type simplygettingthejobdone.com, and that will take us to the Selection Navigator homepage where you can log in. And there's a login button, as you can see up on the top right of my screen. And then you'll get into the login page where I've already got my email address and password saved. So I'm going to click login. Now, the first time that you log in, you're going to see a couple of messages come up, such as this page. There's some tips on how to get started, how it works, and some general information. If you don't want to show that again on the next login, you can simply just check that box. All this information is available in the help. And then for the first time that you log in, I'm just going to pull up part of the reference guide that we're putting together. But you'll get this screen where you basically don't have any favourite applications yet. And you'll see this screen with configure. So you'll just click configure. That will take you to this section. And then by clicking on this star, you can mark Selection Navigator as a favourite. So every time you log in thereafter, you'll get the screen that I'm displaying now. So before I actually go into Navigator, the whole purposes of this is really to show you how to set up additional users for your account. And we've got a test account set up here. We called it the AutoCall America Sales Team. And it basically replicates a real account that any of you people on the phone have got your own dealer accounts. So this is really just a test account for the sales team. And I'm going to click the drop-down arrow, and there's a list of options on that drop-down menu. You can manage the profile. What we're going to do is manage account. Now, as a delegate admin, basically you have access to manage account and account preferences. Standard users won't have that option available to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Manage Account, and that's going to take me to a page where basically I've got a list of users. So these are all the users that have so far been added to this AutoCall America Sales Team account. And then there's a second page here. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to add a new user to give you an example of what to do to add a new user to this account. So I'm going to click Add User, and then it will come up with a simple form that we need to populate. So let me just pick a user. Let's put my wife in, who's a JCI employee. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I need to put the email address in. Okay, and soon as this, just make sure I've got a dot in there. And then basically, you know, that's all the basic information that needs to be populated. What I've got to do is obviously assign this to an account. Right, so I'm going to click on this magnifying glass. Now, most of the folks on the phone, you're only going to have one account, right? So you're only going to see the name of your respective businesses appear in this list. I've created a number of accounts in here, but I'm working in the Auto Call America sales team. So this is the account that I want to add this user to. So I'm gonna click on here, and you'll see that gets populated in that Navigator account window. Now, the only other thing that you really need to be aware of here, it's already populated the address. This will be in yellow, and you'll need to populate the address of the user. Is here we've got the option Portal Delegated Admin, which is how have you been set up. So basically, if you check this box, you will set that user up exactly the same as yourselves as a delegate admin who will be able to manage users, add and remove users as required. So now that I've got that information, I'm deliberately not going to pick a delegated admin for this one, and I'm going to click on Save. And this will come up with a permissions group UI, where you've got available permission groups. The only thing that we have access to at the moment is Selection Navigator. So I'm going to click on Selection Navigator, which should be the only option available at the moment, and then click on this right arrow to move it over to the selected permission groups. And then I'm going to click on Save. So here gives you a sort of summary page of that particular user. And if you just look at the bottom there, you'll notice we've only got one line in this Assign Applications. What I'm going to do is click this Reassign Apps button. It's very important that this is done. And when I scroll down now, you can see there's a second line, Selection Navigator, Resource Permission Visible. If you forget to do the reassign apps, the user will get an email similar to you did, welcome them to the portal, but when they log in, they won't have any applications available, so they won't be able to see that configure and Selection Navigator. In the event that that happens, you can come back into the Manage Users and reassign apps, and I'll walk through that in a moment. So this one's good. So I can go back to Manage Users. And if I go to the second page, you can see Courtney's been added here, and you'll notice there's not a check mark. So Courtney is not set up as a delegate admin. So if she was to sign into this account, she would not be able to select Manage Account or Account Preferences from this menu. They wouldn't be available. Anyone with a delegate admin will have access to those areas and see the screens that I'm demoing at the moment, and we'll be able to edit or deactivate users. If somebody leaves your business, you can go in and deactivate their access immediately. So this is nice, having this ability as a delegated admin, and it puts yourselves in control of who's got access in your businesses. If you did need to edit and go back to that reassign apps, you just click on the name and it will bring back that page. And you just want to make sure that bottom line, Selection Navigator, the application, is visible. So I'm going to go back to Manage Users. I'll click on Applications. And from there, I can log into Selection Navigator. Now I'm just going to stop there. That's really as complex as it gets. It's a pretty simple exercise. So the whole purpose, really, as I said at the start of the call, is for yourselves, the delegate admins. Please sign into your accounts and add all the users that are going to be using this application. If you've got any issues with regards to account login, etc., right? Nothing about the product pricing, the functionality of Navigator. If that comes up, contact myself, right? But if you've got trouble with like password resets and stuff like that, if you click on this link, you'll see this Contact Us, and you'll see the Navigator portal supports. You can use that phone number in the US, and you can send an email to navigator support at hvacnavigator.com, and they can help you with any sort of account password related issues. If you contact them and say, I'm struggling to find a wall-mounted strobe, they're not going to be able to assist you. They're not fire detection experts, right? And they're not familiar with AutoCall. It's purely account type of queries. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time.